Another day, another disappointing loss. What do you say anymore? Like, what do you say? These guys play like they don't want to play. Their coach makes questionable decisions. There are a lot of things that I want us to talk about. But all in all, to summarize this video before it even starts, it just sucks. It summarizes the entire season, how we've played, and everything that we've done this season. It's just not good enough. And I will say that again. It's just not good enough. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Belo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Football Club. It's funny how I'm still smiling given the fact that there's load shedding, so I'm filming outside because I'm back in SA. Hooray! It sucks. Anyways, Yabona, I left my notes in the room, but I will still talk about the few things that I remember. Because some of you will be screaming already, hey, you're going to protect Uzwane. No, let me start with Uzwane today. Because, yes, starting 11 Sake makes sense. The team that played today performed well against the Pirates. They did lose, but they performed well and they almost got over the line if it wasn't for, again, the common mistake that we made. Zwane brings in the team and then he gets, first half is poor. We don't see anything that is good about it. Yet every player from that first half comes back. Okay, fine. Let's just give them 15 minutes. Nah, that's the logic here. But the first change that we make is because Udove is injured. The second change, we're just bringing on, who was the first change? Because I'm Naxon Kotlo again, that's why I missed my notes. But the second change is basically Umtu out and then Usakhota in. And then I kind of get it, right? I kind of get Uguti Umtu maybe was taken out because Undlov was being physical. As I said on the Premiership video, Uguti, he was trying to bully him into everything that he was trying to do. But in my thinking, I'm like, no. But Umtu is a ball player. And if you bring Usamgelo Zwane to play alongside him, then now you have more people who can play the ball in the middle. And now you can dominate because uNdlovu will have to decide ukuthi who does he bully, because ubazi ukuthi when Umtu was playing he's just gonna target Umtu and only Umtu. But if you bring on Uzwane, now you have two problems, two players who can make a difference in a game. Because as you saw, when Uzwane was eventually introduced on the 76th minute, he made some changes in the game and he started even dribbling past people and just connecting 1, 2, 3 passes in a row. That wasn't happening when Uzwane wasn't there. Imagine if those two boys were playing together, because this thing, once again, people will end up saying, oh, it's because the experienced players are not there, blah, blah, blah. But if you're looking at Chiefs this season, you will clearly see Uguti, it's the experienced players who are costing the team. As such, I wouldn't mind seeing the young players playing more. And in the starting 11, Guma reserves, I didn't see Utuba, and now I'm like, why is Utuba still not being preferred ahead of Caleb unless Utuba is injured? But as far as I know, Utuba is not injured. Caleb is still on our bench. Uguti, why Caleb is still on our bench, given the fact that even when it did come on eventually now with 5 minutes to go, he made the same mistakes that you expect from him to make. Not expecting the ball to bounce in front of him, slipping, ball in front of him, like you are a striker and you lack anticipation. I don't get that. I really don't get that. Uguti, what kind of a striker does not expect Uguti the ball will be in front of them? Whereas he gets the ball and instead of playing the ball, the defenders are quick enough to recover even though he has enough space. Right, so then to me it's questioning Uzwane Uguti, Zwane, why would you bring on a player who you know very well Uguti he's not gonna give you anything? Shoot abadlali bethu phela, now we are actually fanboys the Pirates, because as we always say with all these other small teams, they up their game when they play against Chiefs, but that's the same thing with the Chiefs. They only up their game against the Pirates, which means these players will never play without any sort of motivation. If you are playing like Fortinja, I don't know what I'm saying by saying they'll never play without any motivation, because today if we had won this match and then hopefully Sekukune does to SuperSport what they did to Pirates today and they draw, then we were sending a chance Yoguti we go to ICAF Confederations Cup. No, these guys didn't even show Uguti were hungry enough to do that. The coach didn't make changes soon enough to show Uguti, I am trying to change the game because the game is running out. And I'm not trying to get a draw. The team wasn't trying to get a draw. The team was supposed to win. That's what we're supposed to do. We didn't do that. We just played like it's any other game that a draw was going to be good enough for us. And because of that, here we are sitting. Next season, we're going to be playing only in the domestic cup. There is no going abroad. I know some people will say that Valley Chiefs were never ready to be playing in the Champions League or CAF Confederations Cup. And to me, I'm like, no. They should go there and fail there. Babon ukuthi how far behind they are. But I think this is an even better lesson, because now they can see ukuthi they are not even good enough to qualify for a Champions League. They are just good enough to be fourth. And by the way, that fourth position is not guaranteed, because Cape Town City, we are playing against Cape Town City, and they have 42 points. The Chiefs has 44, I think. And if Cape Town City beats us next week, they win and they become number 4, which by the way doesn't mean anything at this point, because fourth position doesn't mean anything. Even for MTN 8, value number 4 and number 5 play each other in the MTN 8 next season. But still, just be the fourth best team in the league. Still, they're not doing that. And now we just registered the worst league run in terms of our losses. We have lost 11 games for the first time since the PSL era started. That's a problem. That's pointing to the players. That's a problem that's pointing to the coach. And all those things must be rectified, because if that doesn't happen, we cannot be continuing to say, oh, Nkosiam, it's the process. If we're saying good, everything is still as weak as it was at the beginning. You look at the goal that Peterson considered again. It's over an excuse, there was a sun. But once again, the ball was played with back post, who was there, Dove Ohlanti, and the keeper this time shouted and said he was coming for the ball, but then he punched the ball poorly right into Lunga, and then Lunga scored. Remember how we considered the second goal against the Pirates last week? Again, the ball was played with back post. Peterson was bad, positioning was bad. That's how we considered the goal. How many other goals have we considered like that? So are you telling me to have a video analyst? Are you telling me these players do their homework and look at the mistakes that they make and try to rectify them in the following games? No. You look at Abo Frosla, but relaxed, win. You look at Abo Saile, but still. You look at all our players, it's like, what is actually wrong with you? Do you actually want to represent this team on Kumnandish? And you look at the last 15 minutes of the game, now they start playing. Yet they had 75 minutes to play, they didn't do nothing. But babona ukuthi kumele badlale on the last 15 minutes. Uzwana ubona ukuthi kumele enze ama changes in the last 15 minutes. What's all that? Bonke bas disappointed, because look at the crowd that was there. People were there. People are always there trying to watch the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs is always going to disappoint them. As people say, we fans are more serious than the club. That's all I'm going to say. This is not a rant. It's just me saying Zwane needs to do something about his coaching and do better with the team, because he's coming back. Whether you like it or not, he's coming back next season. So you have to accept that. But I will say, Guti, he needs to do something. The management needs to give him help, because they're not going to fire him. And then the players themselves, they also need to look at the mirror and say, look, something is not clicking and we need to do something about it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought about the match down on the comment section below. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoya.